who handles the various recreational and leisure facilities and services. Now, for our Chapter 7, we will discuss about planning for recreation facilities, activities, programs, and services. In terms of Chapter 7, we will tackle about how are we going to do the different procedures or actions on how are we going to create plans for our target recreational facilities. For example, in the future, nanalo kayo sa lotto or nagkaroon kayo ng so much capital or money tapos gusto nyo magtayo ng mga recreational facilities such as resorts, hotel, spa. So, ito yung mga step-by-step na dapat nyong sundin in terms of planning. First, can you please read the learning objectives, May?
Sino pong May, ma'am?
Siya, May.
Ay, ako po.
Yes.
After the completion of this module, students will be able to define recreation planning and its importance, understand and cite examples for recreation facilities, activities, program, and services. Distinguish the different scope of recreation planning.
Okay, I think someone is opening their microphones. Can you please turn off your microphones? Okay, so thank you very much, Shemay. So class, these are the learning points that you should acquire at the end of our discussion. So moving forward, class, when we say recreational planning or recreation planning, it is undertaken as a means of identifying the most effective, efficient, equitable path of action to take to meet the long-term recreation needs and interests of the community and target groups through the provision of facilities and or programs and or services. So when we say recreational planning, class, so ito yung building of different facilities in terms or in relation to different recreation and leisure services. So kung magtatayo kayo ng resorts, hotels, spa, or playgrounds, parks, so that's what we call planning. Yung mga actions or steps by steps process na gagawin nyo in order for you to build those kinds of facilities or services. Now, what are the importance of recreational or recreation planning? Bakit ba mahalaga na pinagpaplanuhan muna natin yung mga actions na gagawin natin before we proceed with the implementation? First, it improves personal and community health and well-being because when we are having recreational planning class, we tackle the health and wellness of our people, especially in our community. Halimbawa, yung barangay captain nyo or yung SK chairman or SK president ng isang community is planning to have a program or activities for their people. That's why magkakaroon ng recreational activities yung mga tao inside the community. For example, sa school din, meron kayong sinasalihang mga organization, right? So as part of the organization or as part of the committee of an organization, nagkikreate kayo or nagpaplano kayo ng mga platforms or ng mga plataforma nyo na gagawin yung activities for your fellow students. So, ganun din sa recreational planning class. Kasi gusto nyong meron kayong ma-achieve na objectives. That's why you are planning to create something or to provide something. Next is social and community cohesion or cohesion. When we say social and community cohesion class, nagkakaroon ng collaboration or coordination yung mga tao sa barangay kasi nagkakaroon sila ng brainstorming, nagsusurvey kayo, nag-a-ask kayo ng feedback, ano ba yung much needed facilities na kailangan nila inside the community para makapag-enjoy sila during their free time. For example, sila Clint, nag-survey. Tapos most of the survey, ang sagot ng kabataan, gusto nila magkaroon ng basketball courts. So, yun yung tinatawag nating social and community cohesion class. You are acquiring information to different people. That's why nagkakaroon kayo ng connections or nagkakaroon kayo ng coordination with each other. Next is economic well-being and development. So, not all recreational facilities are for free. Some of the facilities or most of the facilities na tinatayo class ay may bayad. That's why meron siyang tulong sa ekonomiya natin. So, if people are going there or going to book your resorts or your spa, so nagkakaroon ng revenue or ng money. That's why, kung merong revenue or money, yung may-ari, so tumataas yung living or yung pamumuhay nila, gumaganda. Pag gumaganda yung pamumuhay nila, ibig sabihin, mas dadami pa yung branches nila. Pag dumami yung branches nila, ibig sabihin, nakakapag-hire sila ng maraming tao. So, it creates employment or job. So, domino effect siya. That's what we call economic well-being and development. And lastly, environmental protection and enhancement. What do we mean by environmental protection and enhancement? Meaning, class, before you implement, before you build something, so you take consideration of our environmental capacity or our Mother Earth. Hindi naman pwedeng gusto mo magtayo ng resort sa ibabaw ng bundok tapos sisirain mo na agad yung bundok. So, hindi. You apply different environmental permits, sanitation, environmental act na kailangan mong sundin or rules and regulations. So, that's why nagkakaroon ng mga rules and regulations or ng provision na dapat you are still taking care the environment. Next is recreational facility. So what do we mean by recreational facility? So class, paulit-ulit lang tayo. When we say recreational facilities, ito yung mga lugar or mga places kung saan nagpupunta tayo in order for us to enjoy our free time. For example, Enchanted Kingdom, Tagaytay Highlands, Taal Vista Hotel, yung mga pinupuntahan natin. Other is sa mall, yung mga arcade games, part yan ng mga recreational facilities, mga sports venues, swimming pools, spas. So those are kinds of recreational facilities. Those places that offers recreational activities are what we call recreational facilities. Next example, so theme parks, as we mentioned, zoos, race tracks, sports arena, fitness centers, museums, and galleries. So, marami pang iba class. Ito lang yung sinite kong examples. Next is recreation, mali yung spelling. Recreation program activities. Pag sinabi nating recreation program activities class, ito yung mga plano or yung mga platforms na ginagawa ng mga officers or ng mga part ng organization to create entertainment to every individual or to every person. Halimbawa, yung mga barangay captains or yung mga barangay committee, 'di ba, sa barangay, nagkakaroon sila ng different programs or of activities kapag fiesta, kapag may celebration ng ano pangalan nito? Mga health month or mga Valentine's Day, so nagkakaroon ng different activities. So, ganun din sa schools, yung mga officers kung saan belong yung kayo sa different organization, meron kayong set of activities. Last time, di ba, if nag-attend kayo yung sa Charms, meron silang pa-live or pa-live sa Facebook, tapos may mga nagpe-perform, may kumakanta, may sumasayaw, may nag-acting, may nagda-drums. Tapos, merong live sessions na pwede kayo mag-comment, pa-shoutout po, and everything. That's what we call the recreation program activities. Those activities na pwedeng mag-enjoy or malibang yung individual. Now, example ng program activities, physical fitness training. Halimbawa, merong nagpapa-zumba, may nagpapa-aerobics, or nagpapa-fun run. So, physical training. Yan. Next is sports. So, yung mga sumasali sa intramurals, especially sa schools, 'di ba? Meron tayong tinatawag na intrams or foundation day. Tapos nagkakaroon doon ng mga palaro. That's what we call sports. Outdoor activities, any activities na ginagawa nyo outside, biking, camping, hiking, going to park, walking, jogging, so lahat yan part of outdoor activities. Volunteer drive, when we say volunteer drive, halimbawa yung mga magdodonate ka ng dugo, maglilinis ka ng barangay, magwawalis ka, sasali ka sa coastal cleanup, sasali ka sa parada. So that's what we call volunteer drive. Next, recreation services. Plus, when we say recreation services, ito naman yung mga products na hindi natin nakikita yet na-feel natin or na-experience natin. Ito yung mga binibigay sa ating serbisyo ng mga tao na nagtatrabaho sa mga recreational facilities. Halimbawa, yung mga housekeeping department, sila yung nag-aayos ng rooms mo pagkatapos mong mag-check-in, or kaya yung mga front desk department, ina-assist ka sa booking kapag nagpunta ka sa hotel, or pag sa spa, pag yung mga nagmamasahe, or yung nagmamanicure, or nagpe-pedicure, that's what we call recreation service. There are others who offer their technical skills to somebody or to someone in order for them to experience relaxation. So, examples niyan, class, transportations, di ba? Pag nagta-travel kayo or kapag pupunta kayo from one place to another for the purpose of travel, katulad ng airplane or ng mga airlines, ng cruise lines, ng ferries, so, na mga cars or na mga public transportations. Next, clubs or club memberships. For example, si IB, mahilig siya mag-golf, so member siya ng golf club. Or si Kyla Marie, mahilig siyang kumanta or sumayaw, so member sila ng choir at saka ng dance company sa school. That's what we call club memberships. Operated machine devices, pag naglalaro tayo sa mga arcades, yung mga kinukuhanan natin ng stuffed toys or ng mga flash toys or ng mga coins or candies, that's what we call operated machine and devices. Recreational equipments and rentals. For example, si Hana, mahilig siya tumalon sa mga matataas na lugar. So, nagre-rent siya ng parachute, ng trainer, ng airplane, or ng helicopter para makapag skydiving siya. Another example is si Jonalyn, mahilig siya mag water diving or mag scuba diving. Now, magre-rent siya ng mga equipments and materials katulad ng oxygens, ng helmets, ng diving gears, ng trainer. So that's what we call recreational equipments rental. Lahat ng nirerentahan mong equipments para masagawa mo yung recreational activities mo is what we call recreational equipments rentals. So very explanatory naman siya, class. And next is sports facility rentals. For example, si Shin, president siya ng isang organization. Now, meron silang program na palaro for tourism students. Ngayon, sila naghanap sila ng venue kung saan pwede nilang ganapin yung mga sports activities na gagawin nila like badminton, volleyball, basketball. So, humanap sila ng isang sports facilities na nandun na lahat para maisagawa nila yung program activities na ipapatupad nila sa organization nila. 5 steps of recreational planning. So, for example, in the future, si Clint, nagkaroon siya ng money, marami siyang pera, gusto niya magtayo ng isang recreational facility or gusto niya magtayo ng isang resort for their customers or clients. Now, before magtayo si Clint, syempre may planning yan. Ano ba yung mga steps na kailangan yung tandaan when you are going to plan for building a recreational facilities? So una, you have to engage your community. What do we mean by engage your community, class? Magsusurvey ka muna. Magre-research ka muna. Halimbawa, sa Indang, ano ba yung gustong facility ng mga taga-Indang? Yung maraming bibili or maraming pupunta. That's why you have to engage your community first. Magsusurvey ka muna para alam mo kung ano yung itatayo mong facility. Next, you will assess the political will. When we say assessing political will, class, sa government, pinapayagan ba ng gobyerno ng Indang or ng pamahalaan ng Indang na magtayo doon ng underground resort or ng underground bar? So, kailangan mag-seek ka muna ng permit or ng approval from the government or from the municipality of the place kung saan mo itatayo yung business mo. Next, examining your current recreation center assets and determining needs. So, kailangan, syempre, budget or pera. Hindi naman pwede magtatayo ka ng facilities, wala kang budget or wala kang pera. So, aalamin mo muna, magkano ba yung budget mo? For example, 500 million. So, yung 500 million, gagawan mo yon ng budget or gagawan mo yon ng projections kung kakasya ba doon sa pinaplano mong itayong business. Next, creating a plan. So, nakapag-research ka na. Alam mo na ang kailangan nila sa Indang ay resort. Ngayon, natanong mo na sa munisipyo, pwede, pinapayagan. Step 3, nakita mo na enough naman yung budget mo. Ngayon, magke-create ka na ng plano. When we say creating a plan, ay isipin mo na ano yung design, gaano kalaki, ano yung mga facilities na nandun, ilang employees yung i-hire mo, magkano yung ticket, ano yung mga kailangan mong tools and equipments na bilhin. So that's what we call creation of plan. Isusulat mo na yung mga um, things na kailangan mong ihanda. Next is seek funding. When we say seek funding class, ito is only for the government, for the non-governmental sector, yung mga mga nagsisik ng donation, yung mga NGOs, okay? So yung seek funding, halimbawa wala silang budget, NGO sila, so manghihingi sila ng donations or manghihingi sila ng capital from the government or from the private sector. And lastly, class, implement plan. So itatayo na, mag-start na yung construction or itatayo na yung building. So these are the 5 steps of recreation planning. That's the end of chapter 7.